It's difficult for the human mind to fully grasp spiritual discipline because we see discipline as just forcing ourselves, doing things we don't want to, and we create the stories that it's because of others, right? We go into those narratives of living up to other people's expectations and not being able to do what we want to, not express ourselves because of others and rules. Discipline is not about that. It's truly about choosing alignment and what that actually takes and how choosing alignment expresses itself. Because obviously, when you choose alignment, you will behave differently. You will think, you will feel differently. And discipline is the ability spiritually to choose that, not once, but every second. And being realistic about us having then to confront all our patterns and programmings that are trying to move us away from alignment. And discipline represents what we do, how we adapt to alignment. It doesn't just happen. What happens by itself is always the horizontal consciousness. That always happens, right? That's the default. If we want to move into spiritual consciousness, it only happens when we choose it. So I love discipline. And it's important to learn to love discipline and to get a different understanding of it. As I said many times, discipline is the freedom from patterns, freedom from autopilots. It's the freedom from being dominated by the ape. And to move ourselves into a state of alignment where our flow can come through. Because your flow, your essence, what you are, truly cannot be expressed simply because you want it to, because you deserve it, because you feel it. Right? That changes nothing. You have to be structurally in a place where it's possible. And life will show you. And everything I talk about, tuning the instrument, all of that, it takes discipline. Because there is nothing in the survival consciousness that understands alignment, because that's not what it's for. And to me, this is wonderful and beautiful because it means that every step we make, every little change we make that will open us more to alignment and to our true flow, we'll have to choose it. We'll have to be in a state of consciousness. And it's something we do voluntarily. It doesn't just happen. But in different ways throughout history, humans have regarded discipline as something noble, right? Being able to discipline yourself has always been looked upon as a way to refine yourself, to go beyond your primitive state. And humans have understood that it doesn't just happen. What we want to do as individuals is to indulge, right? And our culture has moved into indulgence. And we can see the result. It's not healthy. It lowers the consciousness. Giving in to everything that we want, horizontally, giving into indulgence, lowers the consciousness. Because it means that we get more and more out of tune. And therefore, the horizontal consciousness takes over. It's healthy to discipline all our urges and to seek how we can set ourselves free so we can let truth come through our bodies. So to reach a higher level of consciousness, discipline is absolutely necessary. It's impossible to reach higher levels of consciousness without a total state of discipline, because your instrument will not tune itself. And that process, and also growing into it, especially for people in the Western cultures, they find it difficult because the goal is indulgence. And to voluntarily discipline ourselves when our culture is telling us to just, consume, indulge, follow all your urges and needs, and that's freedom. It's challenging. We have lost the sense of discipline, lost the sense of reaching also higher state in ourselves as humans. And you see it even in leadership. It's not leadership anymore because they lack discipline. So choosing what promotes growth, choosing healing, takes discipline. So discipline is the great purifier. It is also the great healer. It's how you heal. When it comes to deeper healing, it's always a matter of discipline, because your patterns represent your resistance. And that is what causes you harm, right? All your injuries, all your pain, all your suffering come from your resistance. And your behaviors causing all of that are simply your patterns, which is what you have learned so far. Is what you've learned from your past. But it cannot necessarily help you on your path forward. Right? It's two different things. So when we use discipline, we're choosing to go beyond our autopilots and to switch ourselves on. There is no way around it, and there is no other way. You see, in all spiritual traditions, no matter where they are, what culture, what time, if it's 200,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, or now, it's all discipline.